Continuing with our arm care program for throwers, for quarterbacks, pitchers, essentially any overhead athlete, we've talked about a couple different elements now, and there's 5 to creating a holistic approach to taking care of our arm. It goes much bigger than simple rotator cuff exercises or band tubing work. It's the big picture. First off, I want to make sure I'm a part of a holistic training program with our strength and conditioning staff. Okay. Second, I want to make sure that I look at a calendar year and I identify times where I'm going to be throwing a lot, and I have a plan for that, for throwing obviously, but then also recovering to prepare for the next day. Then I also need to find opportunities in the year where maybe I'm not throwing as much. Okay, the third one, I'm going to emphasize every day eating breakfast. That's not only going to allow me to be fueled from a metabolic standpoint, it's going to also trigger a positive habit to start fast each and every day. Okay, the next one, the next element is sleep, and we're going to dig into that in depth here in just a second. And then the final one is we're going to overemphasize every day hydrating, regardless of whatever environment I'm going to be. Let's take a look at our sleep. We've got 3 different areas here that I want to target with sleep. The first is going to be consistency. We've talked, especially as it pertains to breakfast, how our bodies thrive off consistency. The more consistent I am on a day-to-day basis, from hormonal standpoint, the hormone release is going to be a little bit more regulated. It's going to know what's going to happen from a day-to-day basis, but also mentally, I'm in a right headspace to be able to attack the next day. So with our sleep, light, and fueling and activity are big things that change release of hormones through my body. So with sleep being one of those big 4 that can change the way hormones are released, I want to overemphasize being consistent on the time I go to bed, the place I go to bed, and even the routine going to sleep and then waking back up. Okay, the next one. There is a difference between quality of sleep and quantity of sleep. Quantity is really easy to think about. It's, hey, I got 8 hours of sleep. I got 9 hours of sleep. I got 5 hours of sleep. It's how much, it's volume. Quality is essentially how good my sleep was. You know, we typically will ask our athletes how, through a self-report questionnaire, how many hours of sleep they got, but then we ask them, more importantly potentially, how good did they rate that sleep? Okay, so for us as athletes, us as coaches, oftentimes we're restricted by travel, we're restricted by schoolwork here in college, and we're gonna miss some opportunities for sleep. That's why we have to really emphasize getting really good sleep. Now we want the more the better in most cases. Okay, so if we can get 9 hours on a certain night, it's better than 5 for sure. But if we only get a certain amount of time, we need to make sure that we maximize that quality. And how do we do that? We're going to really emphasize our environment. So picture your bedroom right here. Okay, do you have your bed, your nightstand, your dresser? I've got a couple windows. I want 3 different areas. I want it to be cool. Typically set your thermostat as cool as you can tolerate. What we see is anywhere 65 to 70, the cooler the better. Okay, in different climates, different places, it may be restricted a little bit, but the cooler the better. If you can get that thing somewhere between 65, 68, 69 degrees, somewhere through there, you're going to be in a good place. Okay, so the next one, we want it dark. Take your shades, pull them down. If you're in a hotel room, draw your shades, pin them tight with a clothespin, or even the little pins that are in the closet to hold your clothes up. We want all light out. What I typically do is take my alarm clock and turn it around as well, so the light is not distracting to me. And then the last one is essentially quiet. Okay, sometimes people like to have a little bit of noise, but any stimulation is going to actually kind of prevent me from going into my deep sleep. So 3 different areas here with sleep is really work to find consistency. The next one, there is a difference between quality and quantity. Although we want more sleep, if we don't have the ability to get that on a day-to-day basis, we want to overemphasize quality. And how are we going to do that? Cool, dark, and quiet sleeping environment.